Oh, get ready for me to quote the hell out of this.
Oh, good.
And everyone in the entire civilized world knows that all closets are made of cedar. You may have wanted Caesar, but cedar. You may have wanted cedar, but you didn't ask for cedar.
Well, we don't have a lot of moth problems here.
Up here in Elk Snout, man.
I'm a singer. I'm actually a singer.
Oh, no, fuck, I mean seal in my country. Darling, if you have a baby, you won't be the baby anymore. Grant, deliver me my daughter or I will hire an assassin to come and chop off the protruding parts of your body. Are we understood? I'm premenstrual.
And she goes, we'll stay in bed for at least 2 days, darling. For 2 days.
Straight back to bed for at least 2 days.
So, hell of a day on the ocean,
It's
sir.
a hell of a day at sea,
That's
sir.
that
Identify. There's a fat guy in the way, sir. Who are you calling fat, you little weasel? I lost all my tools. Would you like me to put your jewelry back on, madam? No. I'm still tacky.
Gnats are landing on my wet nail polish.
I guess I'm just supposed to walk around with their little corpses stuck to my fingernails. Is that it?
Your shoe.
Andrew! Grant! Her accent goes away.
He's like, yeah, don't worry, they're going through
Boys will be boys.
a little arsonist phase right now, but I'm 2 steps ahead of them.
Don't
I already got
don't
2 fire extinguishers.
That's not 2 steps ahead of them.
Along with
Mom, we really missed you.
Oh.
We're so glad you're back. Grant sees her being a bitch to the doctor and the old people in the room. He goes, no, I've never seen that woman before in my life. And then he leaves. Like, Mrs. Staten has decided to leave me. Let's celebrate.
Like just
Tofuti.
dancing like an...
Tofuti, where are you when I need you?
Oh, Tofuti, what was it?
Tofuti, Klein, The KRAB family news channel run by me and my family. And she goes, oh, that's a horrible wig. And like later you hear him say, now she was quite mean to my wife, but you know, in any event, this is her and this is what she looks like. Dean, this is a bad idea. Dean, don't do this. I just ate a bug.
Gotta keep that mouth closed.
Keep your mouth closed. There's a lot of things flying around out here.
Why do I look so mad? Well, your dad showed up to the wedding. He threw the cake, got frosting all over my mother. It was a whole thing. No.
What did you? Got her dresses? The right sizes. You didn't say sizes, you just said get dresses. Let's forget for a moment that it is a rag. It also happens to be 12 sizes too large. I hunt it. You cook it.
You cook it.
You shot a chicken? She's shoving it in the pot with the leg. This is how I would cook.
This feels like I've never done this before in my life. Hey, stop.
You're gonna get that turtle sick again.
There, bud. And then he's like, you gotta blow on the spoon. All right, Dad, look what I'm doing.
Falsetto child? Roy? Are mashed potatoes supposed to be crunchy?
Oh, that's... Blah, 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 blah.
But I like it when she goes blah, 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 blah.
Hey, Annie, you okay? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
He dumps her in a rain barrel and she comes up out of the barrel and she's like, I don't belong here. I feel it. Don't you think I feel it? I can't do any of these vile things I wouldn't want to. My life is like death. My children are the spawn of hell and you're the devil. And she just puts her face back in the water. He pulls her up by the hair. He just goes, but baby, we like you.
Yeah, maybe I should get going, but I probably could use another beer or 6. And
Fire, fire, fire!
because extinguishers.
I smell hair.
Way to hustle, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Have you even looked at these
Excuse
kids?
me. Has it escaped your attention that these children are covered head to toe in poison oak, and you can smugly sit here and lecture me on the importance of tests? So I have no doubts about their intelligence. I do, however, have serious doubts about yours.
Walk in
and my husband may be a large child, but that's none of your business. My children may be rotten, but they're mine. He can't read for a small child either. The teacher makes fun of him. Bitch! Joe's like, make faces. And she's like, yeah, okay.
Chihuahua faces.
I see that, Amanda.
Oh, that was so weird.
Oh, my contacts.
Oh, no.
You're talking about stuff that's none of your business. And she's like, my children are none of my business. And he's like, oh, this ain't your average fertilizer.
Worm shit.
No, sir. This is fish gut, hog feces,
You see this way too much.
Worm. Annie, would you just turn around
right.
so I can look at you? And she's like, no. And he's like, why? And he's, because I'm so ugly. I got poison oak too.
He feels so bad, he picks her up.
No, I don't want to go back in the water barrel.
He's like, you're not going in the water barrel, Annie.
I'm putting you in the bed.
And he puts her in bed, and he's just like, I've had this 100 times. You'll be fine in a couple days. And he's like, one time I had it on my back. I found pornography in your son's
He's 13 years old.
He
I'll
won't-
build you another bathroom. The doctor's saying no. Yeah, what else is he saying? Read on. And he looks up at her, and he goes, are you going to leave? And, like, the piano stops. She's like, no, I'm your mommy. And he's like, sometimes moms leave. And she's like, I'm not going anywhere. And immediately he's like, good. And he pulls out a macaroni necklace. And the sounds in my entire apartment. He's like, I've done something that I'm ashamed of. And she's like, I already know. And he's like, I don't care that you shovel fish guts. I'm proud of you no matter what you do. Igna, don't shove the food down Shitaki's throat. You place it on her tongue. Don't they have dogs in Sweden? Don't call me Jojo. I feel like a Pomeranian.
Jim Dandy do the rescue. And it's just like,
Jim Dandy. Let's not forget this is $7 a pop. Forget about it. It's your birthday. He went Katarina and she went Arturo, and they both jumped off the docks and they met in the mid right over there and they kissed. No, they drowned. They never found each other and they both drowned. Oh, that's a horrible story.
well, not really, because here's what happened later.
Kids knock on the door and he's like, that's it, they're gonna get it. I'm gonna spank them. And she's like, oh no, don't. And then he opens the door and it's a washing machine. It's so expensive. They start kissing and Travis kindly shuts the door.
Oh, can I say the line?
Go
Can I
ahead.
say the line? She may not have any tits, but she's got a great ass.
And she stops kissing him and she's like, what did he say?
And he
Not
just-
tits, but she's got a nice ass. What?
Travis has a
found
girlfriend. He's like, hey, don't knock her
Trav,
off.
don't knock her off. Very funny. Oh, mom, watch your mouth.
Back
don't
doing
put
Jim
your
Bit.
hands in people's mouths. They're all dressed up, and she's like, now sit there and don't get dirty. And they're like, I feel like the goddamn Brady Bunch. Who is she? I want a divorce. You can't have one. She's like, I can get a divorce if I want a divorce. And then he tries to legitimately tell her, oh, these are yours and we're not married. There, I said it. And she's like not listening. She's like, what's her name? Do you love her? And he's like, honestly, yes and no. I told her it's mine. The jig is up. I got lucky with a phone sex girl one night. She came to my house and Dean's like, honey, phone sex girls, they don't come to your car.
He's like, yeah, I strayed. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I got horny.
I got
Do
horny.
you hate me?
That's good. I got horny. She's like, of course not.
She's like, no, I'm glad you're bad, Billy Pratt.
Here's your panties back.
I don't even have a wedding ring. I lost my wedding ring at sea. Like, tell her the truth. Tell her about the night I brought her home. And the actor goes,
yeah.
we were really worried. I was up all night pacing.
We're not losing her, Dad.
And he's like, you tell her the truth. And then she runs away. And he's like, what are you doing? We like her, Dad. Oh, you like her. You like her so much you'd rather live with her than your own father? And the kids are just silent. And he's like, oh. While she's in there, Grant goes, don't think of trying anything. I brought Olaf.
She's just this big dude.
Travis just goes, I think we can take Olaf.
I think we can take all.
As they pull away, Joe goes, you said moms don't leave!
Oh.
And she's literally going like this. Andrew, I'd love a beer. She gets a tray, she's like, does anyone want any? And they're all like, why did my daughter turn herself into a waitress? And her therapist is there for some reason, Dr. Corman. And he's like, yes, Joanna, what motivated you to rise and grab the serving tray? Well, I thought you might be hungry. Excellent, that's excellent. What's excellent about it? Well, I was hungry.
Takes that drink, she's like, oh, that's
good stuff. Everyone's just staring at her like she's from another planet. He goes, Andrew, I'm sitting. And he has to like fluff the back of her weird dress so she can sit down. But I've never had any therapy. I had my nervous breakdown and I didn't have therapy. I've never had therapy.
The chef goes, you didn't lick first and suck. And he takes it, he's like, I did not mess up. I did it perfectly. I did that perfectly and I don't want to hear another word about it. I'm not doing another one.
Wait, I gotta fix my hair.
All right.
My hair! Spaghetti-O surprise. We got like $1.15. We're gonna rent a fishing boat. We're gonna go get her.
Their team named the Ghastly Ghouls. The Gruesome Ghouls.
Dad, they're making me drink blood. Bang, bang, bang. And the kids are like, who is it? And he's like, Dr. Death, let's go.
Dr. Death, let's go.
Joey's like, we're gonna go get her.
Can you stop the boat? I can't stop the boat, ma'am.
Captain Carl, why is the land on the wrong side of the yacht? What, you would actually prefer living in squalor with that cave dweller, wouldn't you? They should have left you in the psych ward of that hospital. Psycho ward. He calls it the psycho ward.
Ward, yeah.
How did you know that? You left me there, didn't you? You snake.
It all comes
How
back.
could you do that? How could you be such a slime? All right, I left you. So what? I was whacking the donkey with painted ladies. They loved me. You're not going to leave me. I'm a Staten. And nobody leaves a Staten. And we're at sea. And I'm a god at sea. Ha ha! Ha ha! Grant's having another nervous breakdown.
Yep.
He thinks he's God.
Here, let me get you a Valium.
Grant, you're overwrought.
We don't have any more Valium. Here, take one of mine.
Do we have a straitjacket on board? Good. Put my wife in it.
Well, yeah, I always bring a straitjacket. It's with
I
the
always
doctors.
carry one with me. Yes. I need to. Where's Nino? Nino on the break. The guy just keeps saying that over and over again. He's like, Nino's on break. I can't help you. I'm so sorry.
Red button right there.
Red button?
Goes, that's the one.
Don't push that.
She hits it. The whole.
I'm trying to stop the boat. Captain stopped the boat. Oh, no, I'm the captain. No, please don't salute. No, I need to turn the brown. Can we turn the boat around? He's like, Nino's on the break. And then she hears the horn honk and she's like, he's him. It's him. He's here. That's him. And the guy's like, oh, he's here. Yeah. Go back to New York, Dr. Corman. He's like, really? Thank you. Yeah. She's an albatross. She's at the center of this mutiny. Stop that boat immediately and let me kiss my mom. Qu'est-ce que toi? Be away, Herman. Ce n'est que dommage à toi. We have to turn around and go after salmon poachers. And she's like, he's leaving. Where is he going? And they both run to the back of the boat and the dramatic music starts playing again. And Andrew's, he's like, madam, did he strike you? Did he hurt you? Did he make you do something you didn't want to? She's like, no, everything's wonderful. And he's like, oh no, madam, I cannot let you do this. Not without a life jacket. Madam, you really should play a little hard to get. I am giving my notice, sir. Man overboard. Ah, shit.
We also got a woman overboard.
Woman overboard. Sir. She's wearing an evening dress, sir. But before they jump ship, he goes, Katerina, and she goes, Arturo. But then the music hits and do do do. You're my Annie and you always will be. I'll never leave you again. They're like, oh, they're kissing in the water. I can't believe you did it. And she's like, oh, I saw you jump, so I jumped. He's like, no, not that. I can't believe you gave all that up just for me. And she's like, oh, well, I didn't. He's like, what? Well, the truth is, it's mine. The money, the boat, everything, it's all mine. Dean, it's okay. They're on the boat, wrapped in a blanket, and she's like, did you tell them? He's like, oh yeah, they're making out their Christmas list. How do you spell Porsche? Got me thinking though, what can I possibly give you, ever?
Great
that you don't already have? And she looks at the kids making their list, and the camera pans to Joe specifically, and she's like, a little girl. And then the music starts playing and they pan out and they're kissing and the wind whips the blanket off of them at the exact right moment. Yep. And then different people, different worlds.